Now let's look at string concatenation. String concatenation involves concatenating strings together. That is, we join strings together. We already know that a plus operator can be used for that, and here is an example. If we want to additionally concatenate a numeric 125, we could have done this. Alternatively, we can also do this, that is, we simply add the integer 125 and it will be auto-converted to a string. So the plus operator gives precedence to a string operand, and so any non-string operand will be automatically converted to a string. So it's a little bit like the mixed type operations rule, where smaller type operand is automatically promoted to the larger type. In this case, you can think of string as the larger type. Now if we want to also concatenate a double value, we can do this. Note that here the last two numeric values are not added, but they are simply concatenated. This is because there is no parenthesis, and there is only a single operator in the expression. So if you recall, in this case the expression is evaluated from left to right. So first the two strings hello and world will be concatenated, and then plus will be applied on the string hello world and the numeric 125. The resulting string will then be finally concatenated with the numeric 25.5. However, if we had this expression where numerics are moved to the front, then the two numeric values will be added first, as evaluation happens from left to right. The resulting value will then be concatenated with the following strings. String concatenation can also be performed using string builder and string buffer classes from the java.lang package. While string class is immutable, these two classes allow us to mutate strings. That is, these two classes allow their contents to be changed. Let's now look at string builder class. It was introduced in Java 5. And here is an example of its usage. First, a string builder object is created, and then its append method is invoked to append new content. So first the string hello is added, and then the string world is appended to it. Next, a single statement is used to append two more strings. Note that each append call returns a reference to the current object, which is allowing to chain multiple append calls in the same statement. Finally, toString method is invoked, which returns a string that is initialized with the character sequence in the string builder. So string S has the entire text, hello world, good morning. String builder also has many other methods, and here are few of them. You can use the length method to know the length of the string constructed so far. Delete method can be used to delete characters between two indices. Similarly, there are methods for inserting content at a specified index. There is also a method to reverse the string. Finally, there is also a method to replace certain substrings with the specified strings. Most of the time, you would be using append and the toString methods. At the end of the lesson, we will do a short demo where we will try out some of these methods. Also, as you can see, unlike string class, string builder is mutable and thus allows us to modify its content. Finally, string builder is not synchronized. Synchronization is a concurrency concept, and we will look at it later while studying concurrency. But to just give you an idea, if the same string builder object is shared across two threads, then one thread can modify the contents of the object while the other is already modifying the same content. So there is a simultaneous modification of the content. And this can lead to data corruption issues, and this can happen because string builder is not synchronized. But if synchronization is critical, it can be taken care of externally, and that we will see when studying concurrency. Now, before string builder was introduced in Java 5, string buffer was being used, and it works just like string builder. That is, it is like string class but can be modified. However, with the introduction of string builder class, it is recommended to use string builder as it is faster than string buffer. The main reason is because string buffer is synchronized and synchronization slows down the program. This is because synchronization has to ensure that at any particular time, only one thread is modifying string buffer's content. While synchronization is critical in the context of multithreading, it was found to be an overhead in the context of using string buffer. This is because string buffer was mostly being used by a single thread and programmers were not usually sharing it across threads. So the language designers decided to introduce string builder, and to also allow developers to use it as a drop-in replacement for string buffer if string buffer is being used by only a single thread. To ensure this, String Builder was designed to have an API that is compatible with string buffer. So just check out the Java docs for both these classes and you will be able to see the similarities. Now let's do a short demo of string concatenation. In the interest of time, I'm going to show this demo in my Eclipse IDE, and we are going to try out all three ways of concatenating strings. That is using plus operator, then the two classes string builder and string buffer. Okay, so let's begin with this plus operator. So let's just create a string and let's just concatenate two strings, hello and world. Let's just print this. Okay, so let me just run this and it's printing hello world here. Next, let's create string buffer. So let's create a string buffer instance. And we can pass this same string reference s here. So that way we are initializing string buffer with this. So there is a constructor for that. Next, let's append couple of new strings to the string hello world. So let's just call append method and let's append the keyword good. And since append returns a reference to the current string object, to the current string buffer object, we can use one more append method here. So we can chain it this way as we have seen earlier in the slides. And let's say morning. And let's put a smiley here. And that's it. Now let's just print the string. So let's just say sb.toString, and that returns a string. That returns a string. Okay, and let's also print the length. So we need to say length. So now let's print this. So as you can see, SB is now hello world, good morning, and the length is 29. Okay, so that's the length of the string that we constructed so far. Now we also looked at a couple of other methods, like we discussed about other methods like delete and insert. Let's just try out delete and insert now. So let's say we want to delete characters starting with the index 1 and ending with the index 5. So here 1 is inclusive and 5 is exclusive. So we want to delete the characters starting from 1 to the index 4, okay, not 5. So let's again reprint this, the same length and the string. And as you can see, the characters ELLO, which starts with the index 1 and ends at index 4, are just removed or just deleted. So since 4 characters have been deleted, the length is now 25. Now let's insert a couple of characters. So let's just say sb dot insert 1. So we want to insert at the index 1, and let's say we want to index the string ey. So that way it will be, previously it was hello, now it's going to be hey. So let's just print the messages once again, the sb, the string, and the length. Now you can see that the characters ey got added here. So we have hello world, hey world, good morning, and the length is now 27. So that's how you can you can mutate the string. With just the string, it is immutable. But here, when you use string buffer, we can mutate the string. And we said that with string after 5.0, after Java 5, we can use string builder as it is much more efficient. So we can have it like this. So all we need to do is just replace string buffer with string builder and everything works the same. So the language designers, they made sure that the API is exactly identical. So they support all the methods and all the method signatures, so that we can use it as a drop-in replacement instead of string buffer, and using string builder is much faster if synchronization is not needed. Okay, so that's about it. So we looked at both plus, string builder and string buffer, and prefer string builder over string buffer. And next we are going to look at an item from effective Java, and it is related to string concatenation, and it specifically talks about about the plus operator and some performance implications around it. So that would be the next lesson. Okay, all right then, thank you and happy coding.